Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that humans were never originally from Earth. Not just you, not me, all of us. What if our ancestors arrived here from another planet millions of years ago? Sounds like science fiction, right? But here's where it gets interesting. There are some strange things about humans that make us wonder if we really fit on this planet. For example, humans are surprisingly vulnerable to sunlight. We can get sunburned, develop skin damage, and we need protection from UV radiation. Most animals seem perfectly adapted to their environments. But humans? We need clothes. We need houses. We need air conditioning. We need shoes just to walk comfortably on many surfaces. And without technology, we're not exactly the strongest species on Earth. We can't run as fast as a cheetah. We can't climb like a monkey. We can't see in the dark. We can't survive underwater. So why did humans become so dependent on technology? Maybe because Earth wasn't our original home. Now, let's take this idea even further. Imagine our ancestors came from a planet where the environment was completely different. Maybe the gravity was weaker. Maybe the atmosphere was different. Maybe the sunlight was less intense. Then, somehow, they arrived on Earth. Over thousands of generations, their bodies would have slowly adapted, and eventually, they would become what we call humans. Of course, there is no scientific evidence proving that humans are aliens, but there are some genuinely fascinating mysteries about human evolution. Take our intelligence. Our brains are incredibly complex. At some point in human history, our ancestors went from using simple tools to controlling fire, to building cities, to creating computers, and eventually sending machines to other planets. That's an insane transformation, and it raises a fascinating question. Why did our intelligence become so extreme? Maybe intelligence was simply the evolutionary advantage that helped humans survive. Or maybe there's another explanation. Now, here's an even stranger thought. What if Earth wasn't where humans were supposed to stay? What if Earth was just a temporary home? Think about what humans are doing today. We're searching for habitable planets. We're building rockets. We're studying Mars. We're looking for signs of life beyond Earth. And one day, humans may actually leave this planet permanently. So imagine looking at humanity millions of years from now. A future civilization living on another planet could look back at Earth and say, this was where our species began. But what if that's already happened once? What if Earth is not our first home, but simply the latest one? And here's the biggest question. If humans were aliens, where did we come from? Maybe there is another civilization somewhere in the universe that is genetically related to us. Maybe there was a planet millions of light years away where intelligent creatures looked surprisingly similar to us. Maybe something happened there. A catastrophe, a dying planet, a massive asteroid, or some unknown event. And a small group of survivors escaped, traveling through space until they eventually reached Earth. Over millions of years, their descendants forgot everything. They forgot where they came from. They forgot that they were visitors. And eventually, they simply became human. Again, there's no evidence that this actually happened. But that's what makes the thought experiment so fascinating. Because if humans really were aliens, then the story of humanity wouldn't begin with Earth. It would begin somewhere else, on another world, under another sky. And maybe, somewhere out there in the universe, the descendants of our original civilization are still looking toward the stars, wondering if they're alone. just like we are. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember this. Maybe we're searching the universe for aliens, while never realizing that the aliens we're looking for could have been us all along.
Please subscribe and comment the topic for more videos.